Good. Now let's talk about Advtech, which is actually a more established, or at least longer listed entity prior to Curro's formation. It's involved in secondary, tertiary, and some education and training and placement type stuff as well, but that's been de-emphasized in recent years. Market cap is just below 10 billion rand. Price earnings ratio of 24.7, dividend yield of 1.8%. This company looks great, and it's better developed in certain areas, like in the tertiary space.
Yes.
But just take us through the history of the company, or maybe just its current operations as they stand.
Yeah, so you've got very well-known brands, Crawford College being a big one, Vega, Varsity College, the Business School, Trinity House.
Yep.
A really, really strong portfolio of assets. And yeah, as you say, it's been established for a while. So this is not a growth stock like you're seeing in Curro. You're definitely seeing an established player. And they're doing a few good things at the moment. I think one of the interesting things to look at with Advtech now, with Stadio unbundling from Curro, there's been a re-rating, so more prominence or value placed on tertiary by itself.
Yeah.
And because tertiary is such a big component of Advtech, I feel that could spin off positively on the valuation of the company.
Because you ran through the brands there, but Crawford is schools, Trinity is school, Abbott's is schools, but then things like Varsity College, Vega, Rosebank College, Mega, which is that thing over there at Wits University,
Yes.
those are existing tertiary institutions. So I think everybody knows how that works. It's campuses, they have often external degree validation, either through UNISA or through international institutions.
Yep.
But they really are a viable alternative. And as it stands, people are deeply anxious about the conditions at the state university campuses, because, to give you an example, 30,000 students at UCT. There is currently a group of about 300 students at UCT who are shutting down that institution, blasting fire extinguishers into exam venues, throwing dustbins, setting on fire vehicles in the access ways. That institution is at risk because of those people, and well-off parents are not interested in the excuses of the university administration as to what they are going to do to make the year-end conclude.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but this is creating the exact opportunity for these tertiary institutions in these private organizations.
I think so. And you can understand the frustration with public tertiary institutions. 60% of school leavers who qualify to go into these institutions can't get a spot. So there's millions of students sitting there, looking for a home, looking for a place to study.
That's a good point, because when the CEO, Roy Douglas, was asked about this scenario in the tertiary sector, he said, you know what, it's not about people going from the one to the other.
Yep.
It is about the fact that there is an enormous hunger in middle income South Africans for tertiary qualifications, because it's the key to getting a better job.
Correct.
And so the opportunity is enormous, and we're seeing loads and loads of applicants every single year. We could have twice the capacity and we would still fill them. Yeah,
and there's a trend now to upskill yourself in education being that gateway to a better life, whereas a matric is no longer good enough. An undergraduate degree and even a postgraduate degree is now really, really sought after. The numbers are, there's an estimate that we could have 2.5 million tertiary students in South Africa. We're currently sitting at about 500,000. So again, the runway for these companies is massive.
And their growth in their secondary division has not been to sneeze at. I mean, they have done, Centuris was the one that I mentioned earlier. That was actually an acquisition by Advtech, but they bought a whole lot of other schools. The Capiscum College, they've been active in buying things like a Tiger Valley and Peakenwood schools and all sorts of things. Again, that buyout model. Stable management. A couple of years ago, Curro was trying to buy them. There was a bit of a wobble where they had a CEO for a while who left, and then they brought back the old guy.
Yes.
But now they're kind of fresh and stable with regard to that model as well.
I think so.
Look, we own this one in our hot stocks portfolio, so I'm going to be an automatic hot on it. Are you happy to call it that at a 24 PE?
Yeah, look, I mean, the PE looks high, but I mean, when you've got volume growth of 10%, fee growth of on average 8%, gives you bottom line growth of between 15 and 30, probably justifies the valuation. I like it.
Hot, notwithstanding some of those challenges in the market at the moment, plus the immigration issue, blah, blah, blah.